This is my grandpa, Fred Wenthe. Okay, so, when were you born?
I was born on April 11th, 1939,
Where were you born?
in Chicago, Illinois, in Columbus Hospital.
Okay. How did you celebrate your birthday when you were a kid?
Oh, I suppose we used to have birthday parties.
How do you celebrate now?
Now we usually just go out to dinner.
Who are your parents and siblings?
Well, my parents they're dead now. My siblings, I was one of 7, so I have 6 brothers and sisters, except one of my sisters died a couple of years ago.
What is your ethnicity?
Ethnicity?
Yeah.
Well, I'm American. I was born in this country, but I came from my grandparents, I think, were German.
Who are your parents and no? Are you baptized?
Yeah.
Where did you go to school?
I went to school in Chicago, Illinois, in a suburb called Sauganash, and the name of the school was Queen of All Saints.
How was school different from today?
How is it different from today? Well, I think you have a lot more activities and things to do to keep you busy now than we did when I was a kid.
Okay. What were your school and home rules?
Home rules?
In school rules.
What you mean? What kind of rules did we have for school? I don't understand.
Yeah. What kind of rules in?
Oh, we had all kinds of rules. The nuns that were really strict couldn't talk in class. Couldn't you couldn't run around the halls in school.
What was school like when you were a kid?
What was it like? Well, I didn't like school much when I was a kid. I spent too much time goofing around. And the teachers used to tell my parents, Freddie needs to do better in school.
What do you remember about your second grade teacher?
I don't even know if I remember who my second degree teacher was.
What is your favorite subject? It can be a book, color, food, animal, sport, or flower.
Subject, and it's got to be a flower, a book, an animal, what else?
Color. So book, color, food, animal, sport, flower, book, color, food, animal, sport, color.
Well, I'm going to say pizza.
What was it like when you were a kid?
What was it like when I was a kid? Well, we kind of lived out in a place where there weren't a whole lot of houses yet. It was a new subdivision, so we had a lot of empty lots. So in the winter we used to play hockey in one of the empty lots. We flooded it ourselves. And in the summer we played baseball in the street because there weren't many cars coming by. What else? We used to go to the park on the 4th of July, and I wasn't allowed to have fireworks, but all the other kids did. So by the time I got home at night, I couldn't hear anything from all the fireworks going off.
Who is your best friend and why?
Oh, I used to hang around with a guy named Bobby Martin. And why was he? I don't know, because we were adventuresome. We would get on our bikes and we'd be gone all day. We didn't come home till dinner time.
What countries have you visited?
What countries have I visited? Well, let's see. Canada. Have I ever been? I've never... Not been to Hawaii, but that's still the same country. So Canada is the only other country that I've been in.
What states in the USA have you visited?
What states? Yeah, you asked me that the other day. Okay, let's see. New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Tennessee, Kentucky, Florida, Alabama. I'm counting states that I drove through. California, Nevada, Washington, Oregon, Wisconsin, Ohio, Indiana, Iowa, Texas, Nebraska, because I drove through there. Let's see, am I missing any? North Carolina.
Florida.
South, did I mention Florida?
Yeah.
Florida.
Okay, are you done?
I think so.
Okay. Okay. Where is your favorite place in the world and why?
My favorite place in the world. My goodness. Well, once I spent some time for work out in the Seattle area, and I really liked the Pacific Northwest because I thought it was really pretty.
Okay. What languages did you speak?
I think only English. Do
Um,
programming languages count?
no, I don't.
No.
Are there any pets in your life?
Not anymore, but there used to be. We used to have dogs and a cat. Your mother had a hamster.
Okay. How did you handle stress when you were a kid?
I used to get mad and then I'd get in trouble.
Okay. How did you do in school?
When I was in grade school, I did just enough to get by. But then that changed in high school and I started doing better.
Okay.
Because I started to like some of the things that I was taking in high school. And when I got to college, I tried real hard and did better yet, even.
Where did you go to college?
I went to the University of Dayton in Dayton, Ohio. And so that's where I got a bachelor's degree. But then when I moved to Minnesota for my first job, I went to the University of Minnesota and got a master's degree there. So 2 different schools. Oh, wait. When I was in Milwaukee, I took some engineering courses in a school called MSOE.
Okay. What was your job?
What was my job? I was an engineer. I was an electrical engineer.
Okay. How did you celebrate summer?
How did I celebrate summer? Well, we used to go swimming. And like I said, we were gone all day on our bikes. What else? We didn't take too many vacations. The family took a couple of vacations. We went on a ferry once across Lake Michigan when I was little.
Okay. How did you get to school?
For grade school, I took a bus, or sometimes I would ride my bike.
Okay.
It was school was probably maybe 4 miles away.
What did
When
you
I was in high school, I used to drive a car because we had a deal with a friend of mine. He had a car, but he didn't have a driver's license. So the 2 of us drove together.
Okay. Is there anything special by your house?
Anything special by the house I live now, or where? I've been in a lot of houses. Which house?
It doesn't really matter.
Is there anything special? Okay, the house I live now, is there anything special? Well, there's a lot of interesting wildlife out past our backyard. There was a coyote out there the other day, and we get turkeys visiting us all the time. And the deer come at night and try to eat my tomato plants.
Okay. Did you do any sports when you were a kid?
Yeah, mostly baseball.
Did you do any other ones?
Didn't do football. We didn't have any organized sports when I was a kid. The games we had, we made them up ourselves and played in the street.
Okay. Where have you lived?
In Chicago, or in a suburb north of Chicago, where I grew up in a little town called Lincolnwood. And then I lived in Dayton, Ohio, when I was going to school. And then I lived in Minnesota for my first job. And then I lived in Pewaukee, Wisconsin, not far from Milwaukee, for a few years for a different job I had.
What are some of your greatest accomplishments?
Well, I got a really good raise once when I was working because I figured out a way to do something that other contractors were struggling over. And when I showed them how to do it, they ended up doing it that way. And I got a big raise because of that. That was a good report. I can't talk about it though because that was all classified work.
Okay. What are your hobbies?
What are my hobbies? Well, let's see. I like to go hunting. I like to go target shooting. I like to go camping. Or at least I used to. I don't do too much of that anymore. What else? Ice skating. Used to. Building houses. That turned out to be a hobby.
We're done.
That's all?
Yep.
Okay. Congratulations.